Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host TC and this is Top 5s, the only weekly top 5 show in snowboarding that you come to see which brand maker has the best super duper mega pro version of its boards. On today's episode we're going to be breaking down the top 5 beefed up versions of boards for the 25-26 season. If you're interested in picking up any of these boards that I mentioned in this video, make sure you're going down in that description and clicking those affiliate links. Number 5 is the Ravine Pro. So this board did get a totally new reshape to it, which honestly, it helps it. It makes it a little bit more freestyle as opposed to just a straight free ride board, where on this one you can do a little bit more pretty much 180s, ride it switch a little bit easier, and it doesn't just feel totally directional to it. This board has great snap to it though, because of all the stiffening agents they put in it. They really didn't sacrifice any sort of snap on it, where you get a board too stiff, sometimes it's hard to load up. Not the case with this one. You can totally load this thing up, pop it to the moon, and have zero problems with it. I will say on this board, if you do get into some uneven terrain and you're not on your A game, you might end up getting bucked around a little bit, but I mean, if you're not an advanced rider, this board definitely isn't for you. But it definitely has a different feel to it from the previous models, where it almost feels like not a totally new board, but very close to a new board, I'll say, where it's still great. It handles everything really well. That 3D shape in the nose still works perfectly, where it's gonna funnel all of that snow out to the sides, and you still have all that landing gear like you did previously. So when you're going off of rock drops, or even just gonna roll through the park with it, you can still hit it, land a little bit tail heavy, and it's gonna pretty much have enough rigidity for you to bring you back down to bolts. Number 4 is the Capita Super DOA. This board is amazing. It's head and shoulders above the regular DOA, in our opinion at least, where you do have a softer nose and tail on it, but in between your feet it's nice and rigid, so when you do get into the park you could still butter around, press on it nice and easy, but then you can also take it to that super pipe and that XL line and have enough board underneath your feet to really pop and feel nice and stable with it. I absolutely love this board. I own one myself. These things are absolutely just all mountain crushers. You can really take it anywhere and have a great time with it. It's nice and light, and it's got one of the best bases on the market, where this thing will go through the wettest, sloppiest stuff and just keep cruising with speed. This board absolutely rips when it comes to having it in the slush, and just even in the soft snow, it really works extremely well. It'll just keep motoring, especially in those spring conditions. It's my favorite for that. Number 3 is the Nidecker Beta APX. This board is so much fun, especially for a beefed up powder board. This thing absolutely crushes. You do have a softer nose and tail on it, and that tail is definitely going to be directional for you, but you can still rip this thing and actually have enough landing gear on the tail when you're landing in fresh powder to really bring you back down. I'll say this board excels when you're just doing pow butters on it. Like, you whip this thing around, do a nose butter, you can throw all your weight to it, and it just has a really nice flex point a little bit outside of that front foot, and it just holds extremely well. It's not going to be the most precise board out there by any means, but it's super fun. You can really do anything you want on it and not have to worry about it just locking in too hard or just being way too soft for you. It's a nice middle of the road there, where I'll say middle of the road with a grain of salt, because it's that middle of the road for that more advanced rider, where it's not a total noodle, but it's also not crazy stiff. Just a really nice fun board, and the graphic this year looks absolutely sick. Nidecker, you guys crushed it with this one. While I have you here, you might as well like, subscribe, click that bell, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our scheduled programming. Number 3 is the Standard XTRM. This board is a lot of fun. It can pretty much go anywhere. It's Dustin Craven's natural selection board, and if that tells you anything, this thing can ride powder, it can ride park, it can ride groomers, it can really do it all. Because the nose and tail on this board are so wide, it helps it float extremely well. This board does have a little bit more snappiness to it, or rigidity, where when you do land back seat, it's gonna hold for you, zero issues there. I really love this thing, especially with that mid bite underfoot. It feels like they mellowed it out a little bit, so it's not so aggressive. Like when you're looking at it from the wall before, you're like, holy crap, what's going on there? Now it's not as just pronounced, so makes it a little bit smoother when you're turning, and it just gives it a little bit better of a ride overall, in my opinion. I really like this board. Take it to that large jump line, take it really wherever you want. You got a good rock drop that you've been waiting for all that snow to pack on, feel free to hit it on this board. It'll really go anywhere. Kind of that quiver killer coming from Yes. Honorable mentions. Remember, these are all great options for beefed up boards for the 25-26 season. They just weren't able to crack our top 5. The first honorable mention is going to be the ride algorithm. You know how much Avran loves the shadow band. Well, this board, just a beefed up version of that. So you got carbon 5 in it, making it a little bit more snappy. You have a nice fast base on this thing and the same camber profile. So what pretty much you're getting out of this board is just a beefed up version where you really gotta like put power to that edge, get a good carve out of it. Especially if you're a bigger guy, this board is gonna be amazing for you, but you're just gonna be working a little bit harder on it. This thing has great pop and is nice and damp. The second honorable mention is going to be the Yes Greats XTRM. This is a new board in their line for this year. They have the regular Greats and the Greats XTRM. You're like, wow, how much stiffer can the Greats get? Well, not that much stiffer. A lot of it is going to be just different materials, making this board lighter, nice and fast with a really good centered base on it, and pretty much just high-end materials, making this board ride very similar to the regular Greats, but you know, a little bit more snap, a little bit more pop in that tail, and just a little bit easier ride, especially if you're trying to spin it to win it on this thing. The swing weight gonna be nice and mellow. And just keep in mind, this is going to be an asymmetrical board, so if you're not into that, this board might not be for you. But honestly, when I rode the regular version, I'm not super fan of asymmetrical boards, but it felt great. I'd highly recommend you guys trying one out or even picking one up. And the final honorable mention for the top 5 beefed up boards for the 25-26 season is going to be the Jones Mountain Twin Pro. So this board got an update last year, got a little bit of an update this year, where this year they added some carbon to it, and you still have all of that Coroid in the nose and in the tail, so it's gonna be nice and light, gonna be nice and snappy. This board isn't as stiff as it used to be in the past when they'd have that wood veneer top sheet on it. It's not gonna be like that anymore. You get a little bit more of an approachable board here, but you can still absolutely rip this thing in any condition. You do have those 2 stances on it, so feel free to set it back, get a little bit more directional if you're in super deep day, or if you're trying to take it through the park, set it up in that freestyle stance, and you're gonna be good to go. Remember, these are all great options. They just weren't able to crack our top 5 this year. If you're looking for another way to get involved in the Angry Snowboarder community, head on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. What is it, you might ask? Sure, I could explain it here, but we have a great video over there getting into it really in depth. And the number 1 beefed up board for the 25-26 season is the Salomon Assassin Pro. This board absolutely rips. I love it so much more than the regular Assassin. You can really hold an edge with it. Feels slightly more damp than the regular Assassin does, and it has great pop. This thing really stands out in their line because it is probably one of the stiffest, if not the stiffest boards, but it will handle anything you throw in front of it. There's no reason, or there's no wonder why this and the regular Assassin are one of the top selling boards for Salomon in general, but this board absolutely rips, especially if you're looking for something higher end, go a little bit faster, get a little bit more pop out of your ollies, and really be able to take this thing on more technical terrain. It's absolutely head and shoulders above the Assassin in my opinion. I loved this thing. It was great. I highly recommend you picking one up if you're looking for that directional twin beefed up board. This thing absolutely rips. As always, guys, I've been your host, TC, and this has been the top 5 best beefed up boards of the 25-26 season. Leave a comment down below and let me know what beefed up board you're riding or which one you're gonna pick up.